Katanga, my friends, I'm Colonel Failure, and this is Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. In the last episode, we managed to finish off the initial build here at Dangerfield, where we've got a brand new hospital, with no patients, which is great. Plenty of doctors, no patients, that's how we like it. We also built a fire station, 10 firefighters there with their 2 fire trucks, eager to go and set fire to something, put a fire out. I'm sure they're eager to set fire to something as well. We also built this new luxury tower block. Oh yes. Where only 3 citizens are not able to enjoy culture because they're too ruddy lazy to walk to the pictures, which is just down the road. Well, that's on them. I can't help people who won't help themselves. So there you go. Now, moving on from Dangerfield, we started work on the new town. Now, you could argue that it is actually part of the same town, but we're going to treat it as a separate entity for all intents and purposes, with duplication of all of the different services that we've got plumbed in at Dangerfield. So that way everybody's flipping happy all the time or else. So we've already done the flattening, and we've got 2 wood cutting posts and storage yards hooked up. And today we're going to get the sawmill and a whole bunch more housing and a whole bunch more workers all settled in and working cheerfully. Stick around. Now, obviously I say cheerfully, but actually I don't really care whether they're cheerful or not. The only reason that their mood affects my mood, even slightly, is if there is a risk of them legging it. So the first thing to do is to connect up what we've just built to the main infrastructure. But before we do that, we're going to need... Sorry, before we do that, there is a T at the end of it. I'm not a complete heathen. Before we do that, I'm going to continue smoothing out the road kind of bed, I would suggest, because that's exactly the right word. Also, I'm going to try not to pay for it with rubles. We'll smooth out the road bed as it continues along into the interior of the Republic. I'm not entirely sure if I'm having the right effect here. Put the wireframe on. You're having an effect. Whether it's the right effect or not really depends on what the effect was you were trying to have. So if I can get this to be yellow, this red section, then I think we might be able to, there you go, we might be able to declare victory there. So obviously I don't want to have to smooth to this height all the way through to the interior, for that will be a gigantic waste of money. Now, it's never really stopped me wasting money in that extent, but if I'd wanted a map that was 100% flat, I'd have just built one to start with. I would not now be manually adjusting it to make that happen. I think once I do the additional flatten that comes from placing the road, that'll work out. So flatten the terrain, like so. That's even. No, well, okay, that wasn't what I wanted, but let's get it built. There we go. Super duper. Now then, you connect onto here. I'm even going to give you a bit of posh road to do so. Let's turn on the purchasing facilities again here. And what are we going to do with the next bit? Well, the next one should have a bit of gravel, I reckon. Get yourself up there, Chief. Go on, you can treat yourself. Yeah, I know. I even treated myself by paying for the smoothing. Right, that's that one done. Easy. And I think actually building roads in this way at night is not a bad way to go, because you alleviate the fact that at night it's flipping dark, and therefore being able to see what's going on I think benefits all of us. Right, let's think this through. So if we're building out a new housing estate here. Oh, what was I doing over there? Oh, yeah, that's where I was going to stick it originally. Well, you're not now, are you? So smooth it back out. You did spend a significant amount of time in the last episode smoothing, Is that the plan for this one as well? No, it's not. No. I promise you, we're going to cut to the chase in this one. Just maybe after a little bit more smoothing. Not much, just a little bit more. There you go. That's more than sufficient. Right, so if I bang a road right down the centre of here, that's not going to help me. If I bang it down the side here, though, then that should be good. Are you going to align it to the grid that they've offered you? Yeah, I think I probably will. Right, buy that. Thank you. So then we'll link this up onto there like so, and we'll run, pay for it, right, turn this back on, and we'll run this round as a bit of dirt track around the side. In fact, if we put it like that, there may well be enough for a service building of some kind in there as well. Well, good luck. If you've measured that wrong, then what you've instead done is made it so that there's just too little space to put a service building in there, and therefore it serves absolutely no purpose to anyone. Well, that's a cheery thought. Actually, this would make quite a good location to stick the sawmill in if I've left enough room. I can't believe it, I have. Oh, that's what I was trying to connect at the other end, was the sawmill. That said, we do have the direct connection there that could go straight into the sawmill. If only I hadn't just built that bit. Well, that's hardly a deal breaker now, is it? There we go, get rid of that. No, don't move any more, because otherwise you won't be able to connect it up to the road, and you still need that road connection. Even if, oh, this is genius. Well, it's not genius, it's flipping obvious, mate. I mean, I'm sure that more or less everybody pointed out that why don't you just connect it by conveyor belt? Life would be easier. It's not a conveyor belt. All right, forklift truck then. Happy now? Right, okay, let's forky these two together. You're forked, and there we go. So we'll need a truck to transport from our secondary storage area here up to the sawmill. But the net effect should be that this young fella here is humming away 24 hours a day. That's the goal. I don't really know what I'm going to do with those planks afterwards. I should probably store them somewhere before transporting them to the border. Obviously, we're going to sell them for now. I don't anticipate that they'll make much profit, but the goal in building them is that later on we'll be able to use those as part of our self-sufficiency drive, where we don't have to rely on anybody else to make everything lovely for everybody all the time. These brick flats have a 94% desirability rating. Now, I too have a 94% desirability rating, and therefore I think that this is a good thing to have. It's not going to fit. It'll fit in there, though. Yeah. They have only got a dirt track, which is unfortunate, but at the same time unavoidable. But that should prove to be more than enough to staff out both of these almost fully. How many do you need? 20. So that it's got a capacity of 100, and I didn't check again. Don't make this a running gag. You just need to check what manner of person you are importing to work in your new buildings. It's really not a complicated ask there. But, if you don't do it, then it certainly becomes a complicated ask. If I go from... have you got a footpath in there, sawmill? You don't need workers, do you? You say you do, but if I recall correctly, you'd get by just using a bit of truck. Although my workforce seem to be of the opinion that they should be going there and reporting for duty. So that's by the by. Right, let's get them something to actually do some operations with. Although you are working without issue. You've got workers there. Let's see what they manage to accomplish with 0 mechanisms. I don't think they'll do much, but we'll come back to it as I've built out a bit more of the town. Right, now then, next job is... I think we're going to want another one of those. At least one more of those. So let's get that done. I mean, it's not cheap, but a higher standard of living is not something I've previously aspired to. So right now I'm enjoying the novelty factor of it all. Let's go the other. No. You've got a higher scheme in mind for that. I'll even pay to smooth this out. There you go. Plumb that in there. Good. Electricity. That's a thing we're going to want. We're definitely going to want some electricity, or none of this is actually going to work. Let's do that now, shall we? Now, the electrical mess that I've got here at the moment is bad. That is absolutely 100% cast iron certain that what I have currently built is a complete ruddy shambles. So how about we do it again. Yes, it's expensive, but yes, I think let's start from a position of strength and then get stronger still, rather than starting from a position of just mess and then lamenting the fact that you never fixed it properly. Right, so here's our high power switch, which we need here to split out enough for the locals here. We're going to back it up a bit further. There you go. Right, and you. Right. Now, obviously, this is a near unnecessary expense. What's that supposed to mean? It's an unnecessary expense. Yes, it is. But it's an expense that you are now necessarily having to unnecessarily do. So shut up and get on with it. Bang that in there. Gone. Bang. Thank you. Right, and then if we continue the line along here and we put a next one in about there, I think a little further along might have been preferable, but that will certainly do. Then we can run a straight line of high voltage up to this bit, continue that line up to the connection with the border. Okay, right, and then from those we now need to take those into a transformer in disguise, robots, etc. You're building this a little bit closer to the civilianry than is desirable there, my friend, but you carry on as you see fit. Also, you've got one of those things over there and you've got another one over there, so building it this side, as much as it allows you to kind of talk to your conscience and go, no, it's fine, I'm not really inconveniencing anyone. You will be when you start threading cables through their back gardens. So do it, stick it over here properly. There you go. That's it. Go on. Go on. Right. There. Right. And then you run your high voltage from this one to that one. The angle is rubbish. Okay, well, we'll fix that. Do about that. Yeah, pay for it. Thank you. Turn that back on and then do this as well. Good. Right. Okay, so now we've got the switch done and we've got the transformer done. Get this built, please. Thank you. And then just plumb in the local range mediums and everybody should be back to work. Right, that's that one done. And then run this one out over there. Okay, now the end result there is not entirely dissimilar to what I had before, but I have at least made my my power connectivity stretch a little further to our next fine town, and we shall. What are you? You're a power switch for medium voltage. Ah, right, okay. What are you? You're a power transformer, which is what we're after. But again, you've done this in a location that means you're going to use some of your flattened ground out. Not if I flatten some more, I haven't. Oh, for crying out loud. Don't spend the entire day flattening out more ruddy ground. How much space do you need? Look, we're going to stick a university in here and it's going to be worth it because it's going to lead to a situation where for once we've actually got people to work in the places that we build up later on and have very high hopes about. So shut up and let me get on with it. And there. Okay. Right, you, here, this, where, over there. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Good. Happy. Have it. Then go back up here, grab some high voltage lines, run that around the corner, do it like that. And he goes, oh, no, you can't. And so you go over here, and then you go over here like that. And he goes, yes, you can. And I go, I know I can. I thought this through. And then you want to build your little medium voltage shed. It's called a substation. It's a shed. Now then, is there a position that I can place my shed where I will be able to reach the whole of my facilities section here? There is. However, there is a risk associated with that. That is, you might not be able to fund all of that through one set of power lines. What do you mean? Well, you see, power lines, they have a maximum voltage available. And therefore, if you use it all up, you can't do all of the things that you want. Although that's not a bad location. We'll take that one. I know the switch is in the wrong place. It's not switch, it's transformer. Do be quiet. But you're not going to get anything in there anyway, so put one in there. and then hook all of this business up. Also, you might want to pay for those. It's just a thought. Go back to this. Zoom back in. Where did you place it? You didn't. It's not even there. It was a phantasmal... No, it is there. Well, pay for it then. I want to be able to click on it and then pay for it. Alright, good luck. See, that wasn't so hard. Do that. Thank you. And then do the other one down here as well. Any idea where it's hiding? I don't know, but the mouse pointy cursor thing turns like yellow. Okay. Are we now playing Minesweeper, looking for a building that you may or may not have... I have placed. Hush your mouth. Right. How about you turn on pay for it building again, because that will save us all a great deal of time. Yeah, alright, turn that back on, give it some of this, have some of that, let's rock. You come round here onto there. There's a building in the way. Can you get on? Yes, you can. Alright, in which case, let's lead you out this way. Now, we're going to take a slightly more convoluted route here, but the upshot should be you're not going to block absolutely all of my building space there. You're making it look ugly. Yep, I surely am. But until we figure out, as a Russian people, we're not really Russian, okay, but until we figure out how to lay these things underground, then that's what you're stuck with. Right, we should have just juiced up everybody over here. Are you happy? You don't have a power supply. Okay, you do. You definitely have a power... Oh, you don't. Do you have a power supply? Construction has stopped. Just pay for it. Yeah, all right. You'll have a power supply momentarily. There you are. Look, juiced, lights, everything's illuminated like Blackpool now. Okay, right. So, those lot have all moved in, but they will quickly flee the scene if I don't give them what they want in terms of a little bit of extra love and care and attention and whatnot. So we'll start off with the absolute essentials. I might even go for a full-on shopping centrum. The small shopping centre is okay, but you've got the small store and the grocery store, which are the separate items. But a shopping centrum, look at it. It's magnificent. And actually, this is a grand this is a grand scheme. This one, although, does it have a truck stop to unload with stuff? Like, don't be quiet. Just place it. Yeah, don't even think it through too much. Thinking it through is not going to make you any happier now, is it? Right, we'll wait for that to build. But in the meantime, we'll get the other stuff going as well. Residential buildings. Trust me, I've got an idea. That was not unnecessarily ostentatious. It was somewhat ostentatious, but with necessity kind of built in. Let's wang that on about... Really? Do you really want that roadside? No, let's build it over here. Go on, you can fit in there. That's it, that's good. Right, okay, so that's leisure. Good. Pub. Right, where are you going to pub? Let's pub out the back of the shopping centre. Actually, let's put a road in the back of the shopping centre, because that will facilitate a little bit more freedom of movement. Are you sure freedom of movement is something you want to be offering your people? Because, you know, the Soviet Union was not famed for allowing freedom of movement without papers. I can drive from anywhere without papers? Yes, you can. San Neil. Just, you know, don't use your freedom of movement to go on a big spaceship that traverses to hell and back, because, you know, really bad things happen and you shouldn't do that to your eyes. Good. Look at all these people. They're going, shopping centre! This is what we live for. We, in Mother Russia, have... We're not in Russia. We have an innate desire, nay, responsibility to shop like a bandit. Let's just make sure we've got auto purchase on. 2 1/3 tons. Yeah, that's more than enough. Yeah, that's all good. Approve the purchase plan. The purchase plan is happening. We've got 15 people happily working there as well, which is grand. Have we got any logs in the storage area? No. Have we got any here? No. Let's buy these chaps a mechanism. Ooh. Please, you are spoiling me with this mechanism. Oh, do be quiet. Okay, well, you would think one of them would have to have a chainsaw or something, but apparently that's not the case. There you go. Have a mechanism. See if you can't actually get some trees now. You have my permission to start cutting things down. I don't know what else I can do for you. Oh, no, there we go. Oh, look, it's definitely... They have been at work. They just haven't picked anything up. And presumably... Flipping heck. I mean, you say, go saw there, chaps, and they cut the whole joint down in the space of 20 minutes. You kind of go, well, this isn't a long-term gig, is it? Which is possibly why the wood-cutting post is only $3,000. Ah... Yes. Okay, right. Well, I might need to monitor that. It could be that cutting posts are only supposed to last for about 15 minutes, and then you move them to somewhere else, making it a high-maintenance kind of a joint. Right, next up, we need our kindergarten for the Kiddie Winkies. All right, Kiddie Winkies. Would you do me a favour and sit here somewhere? Now, I know this is a jaunty angle and that you'd quite like to be perpendicular to the road, but trust me, I've got an idea. Yeah, I know, sometimes these ideas work and sometimes they're less successful, but that doesn't mean we're going to stop pursuing the ideas all of a sudden. The idea was that we put the school in next door. But there isn't enough space, because apparently the Kiddie Winkies need a whole ruddy ton of space. I'll stick a statue of Stalin out the front instead, and that'll keep you all absolutely over the moon with delighted Soviet happiness. Right, bang the school in there. Jolly good. That should be adequate coverage for everybody and all concerned. And then we are going to need more housing. All right. Well, I'm really loving having all the money in the known universe at the moment, and knowing for a fact that I'm already making a profit. Although that said, we are probably chewing through electricity at a considerably higher rate now, and therefore the money is likely to be fading from my pockets at a slightly elevated pace. But we'll be fine. What I want is a... Oh, all right, we'll go brick. Oh, hold on, how many people can live in there? 12? Do me a favour. No, I want at least like 70 or 80 people. I'll obviously go higher than that. 91. There you go. Use these. These will do nicely. Can you slide in there? Only if you do a bit of flattening, Gov. Okay. No. That's too far away from other use. Oh, look, though. That'll work. And frankly, people are going to be biting my hand off to move in right next door to the shopping centre. They're going to go, flipping it, we have landed, Yuri. We are right next to the shopping centre. Going to go, I know, how decadent are we? Oh, very, I would say. Yes, I would say that too. That's the standard kind of Russian conversation. Pub. Did I get the pub in? Or did I just say pub half a dozen times and then not do it? Don't answer that. Back it up. No, take it away entirely. What are you? You're a kindergarten, not a pub. You're a school, also not a pub. No, I didn't reach a conclusion as to where the pub should go. Next to the school. Next to the school seems fine. We might need one or two more housing developments in the area, but that's all good. We also need a cinema if we are going to continue our flamboyant delivery of facilities to these people. I need a hospital. I need a fire station. I don't need, but I will need a hospital. Although it depends how close this one is. This one might be close enough, you know. Let's risk it for a biscuit and see if that pans out. I need to footpath all of this lot as well, but let's get the big dog in because it's kind of important. It's also kind of flipping expensive. Now then, last time out we built the technical university, and it didn't yield enough people who wanted to be actors. I don't think actors necessarily are going to help us significantly, but this time we're going to go... Ooh, do we go medical unit, headquarters of the Communist Party? Yes, indeed. So 167 grand compared to 127 for the tech university, 177 for the medical. No, communist all the way. Oh, look at it. It's exciting looking. And the power lines are in the way, and I've built them twice today already. But I do have enough flat line, flat pathing, road, land. That's the word to make this work. Yeah, let's go communist HQ. Although you've got to rebuild. I don't want to rebuild all the flipping power lines again. Well, you're going to have to. Bulldozer. All right, cut everybody off. Yeah, no, that's it. You've had enough. No, you can't handle the truth. What? Right, now then, give me the headquarters here. Right, we're going to need a bit of flattening. I'm going to have to pay for it out of my own pocket. And also, your switch over there, you're not going to get a high power line in there. So I think instead, move your substation, yeah, and then bring it out this way a little bit. Because you did have that power line reception area was in a good place. All right, okay. Cool. Can't build you through infrastructure. Are you bulldozed or what? Right, there you go. Let's hold it. Right, we need to flatten the terrain. But what else is new? Right, I'm not going to pay the money for that. We've got the facilities. Let's make it happen. Right, there you go. Bit of digging. Loving your digging there. In fact, this is all diggers all day. They're trying to do the flattening here. It does look like they're being very destructive indeed. I can only assume that they're doing this correctly. They are. Right. Plumb that in, and then get rid of that. Click on it. Pay for it. 168 large. Worth it though, because that's got our educational problems somewhat curtailed from the get-go. So if we now go over here with that, I assume that's got a connection. It has. Pay for it. Turn the pay for it button back on. Right, and then rock it round there. There you go. Now, did you bulldoze anything you shouldn't have? No, only the substation down here. And what's your big plan to make that work again? Don't have one. Who doesn't have power? Check the reasons. You've got no workers. How is it possible that you have no workers? You have got power. What do you mean you've got no workers? Surely you should have workers. You're the sawmill. Hello, I'm a sawmill. Yes, yeah, thank you. But I've got no workers. Few buildings that can be reached on foot. What about this building? That's on foot. It is flipping next door. What? Hold everything. I don't think the sawmill has a road connection. Alright, let's do that. You were looking at... yeah, you see, the sawmill doesn't have a road connection. I think you might need a road connection in order to facilitate it with workers. Right, you're going to have to pull an aggressive manoeuvre around here. Does it need to be with the expensive roads? No, it isn't, but we want people to feel comfortable about themselves. And that, oh, no. Do this, right, and then do that. It's not too sharp a turn. It's called a T-junction. And it's something that is not complicated. Try it again. There you go. Too sharp a turn. It's not too sharp a turn, is it? No. You're being a foolish Russian. Some other infrastructure's in the way. It's not. It's only a pedestrian crossing. Paint over it, and everyone will go, oh, no, clearly we're not allowed to cross here anymore. We'll do it anyway, Yuri. Why is everyone called Yuri today? Just because, Boris. See, I have diversity built into my very core. Right, okay, good. You've now got a road connection. You got any workers? Negative. All right, I'm going to build you a special workers' hostel right outside the get-go, and then we shall go back and have a look and ensure that everybody has the capabilities to whatever it is that they need to capability. Electricity. That's the thing. In fact, this will be about as far away as it's possible to be. When it's done, we'll see if it's got a connection to the grid. And it certainly appears to have. Alright, where are you getting it from? Zoom out a bit. You're getting it from all the way over there. Alright, okay. So then presumably this one's getting it from over there somewhere. I am. Alright, what about you? Same place. Alright, good. We don't actually need to put that one back in again, which is good because it was in a terrible place. Right, okay. Now, have you got workers? I've got 2. All right, well, you are making boards. That's something, I suppose. Yeah, and that's open space export. What do we got here? So that's wood going in there. Good. One would hope that the boards would travel out the other way. This does indicate that we've got a two-way supply deal situation going on. Indeed we have. Well, rock and roll, chums. There we go. That's all rather marvellous. Now then, all we need to do from there on in is ramp up the number of workers here to be kind of maximised. Yes, maximised is a way of pronouncing that word. Not necessarily the right way to pronounce it. Oh, what are you waiting for? Someone did not pay for this road. I have now paid for the road. And actually, that theoretically means we've got a university. Needs party officials and staff. Okay. Is there anything I can do to facilitate that, or are we just going to wait for them to arrive? Oh, hold on. People are arriving. Right, let's footpath up and get what we've got here done. We don't have a cinema here yet. I don't know if that's going to be a deal breaker. I'm going to assume yes. The aim is going to be to make sure that each of these townlets have a maximised kind of connection to every facility imaginable, because that should keep them rather more cheery than they have been in the past. I did have something of a problem with my citizens just legging it over the border at night. Now, I mean, they might have left for a happier life, but it didn't leave me any happier when I'd turn up and I'd find no one working in the quarry because they'd all run away. But hey, that's my problem to solve. Let's put another house in here just so that we've got it. We're going with this. This number is our new default house for when I don't have the imagination to go for anything other than this style. Put that in there. Did you look? No, but I will look now. What's that then? Randomly move people from existing buildings. Oh. Well, you know what? That leaves plenty of room for expansion and breeding and immigration as well. So, we've got plenty of ways that we can grab a few more people to come live here in the New Republic. There you go. Look, if you would, that's it. That's good. Yeah, you go over there like anything. That goes over there like that. There you go. I think that might furnish it with a worker or more. What else could we put in here? Can we get a path down there? Just about. That's good. And then run it. Yes. Okay, good. I have no problem at all with going absolutely bananas as far as footpaths are concerned. I find them to be truly charming. And also I find them to be very easily concealed with trees. Right, that'll do it for this time. We're up with our second kind of suburban, nice word, suburban town is kind of working. I would say that these are both two parts of the same town. Wouldn't you say that? I would say that. So the next step is going to be to arrange some trucking. Let's turn the wireframe off. To arrange some trucking to pick up our goodies. So this lot all need flinging out over to the sawmill, where it will be flung into boards, which we can then turn into money. Let's have a look and see how much money we're talking about. So wood goes for 11 bucks, 11 bucks, 10 rubles per ton. I assume it's a ton. Whereas boards, read there, goes for 15. This is not a massive cash crop, but eventually I'll use these boards instead for, well, anything else that wants them, really. My main aim is to get farming up fairly quickly, but that's going to need a suitable bit of land, and this might do it. We also have this area here, which may be suited to quarrying or iron ore or who knows what. But I don't know yet. We'll just have to find out. Anyway, I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you for watching today. Subscribe to make sure you keep up with the series. And I'll be back soon with some more that is remarkably similar to this. I want a nice shot of the college. Nice shot of the college. Well, I don't think a nice shot really exists. It's all rather bleak, isn't it? Anyway, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheerio! Okay, so our first town is working very, very nicely. Yes, it is. It's making money, and we've got just about everything that anyone could possibly ever want. Supporting their ongoing growth and personal development, which is magnificent. The second town, or I should say the second half of the first town, I think we'll think of them as being part of the same entity. The second town is coming along nicely. Not entirely sure that lumber is going to work out as a gangbusters proposition as far as money making is concerned, but later on we'll make use of those planks when it comes to building our own stuff. So it's all moving in the right direction. I have no idea where that direction is going to lead us next. Fields would probably be the way that I'd choose to go, and then maybe building some booze that we can export over the border and make some more cash. But we'll see how it goes.